All right, puzzle number 6 is make the match. For my first example in my business law one, I'm doing trademark and copyright things. But for you, I would say come up with either a list of applicable products or companies. In my estimation, because we've already done like a person and a play, we've done some different things like that. Yours could be places. This could be a list of places related to your topic, but some sort of thing like that where you can give them a good list of stuff. Businesses is a good one. If you're a business teacher and you have anything that you can relate that, or if it's marketing like products or something like that. Now, because I'm doing like internet websites, that sort of thing, I have gone into Google or to my Copilot, and I've asked it a few questions here. So I said, because I decided I wanted notable companies. So I said, what are some notable companies related to internet and web? Because that goes with my topic. This gives me a list: Google, Amazon, Meta, Apple, Microsoft, Airbnb, all those. Then I said, put that in a table with the company name first column, what they're known for in the second column, and the third column, a product or service they're famous for. So it did, but it was putting like Microsoft and then Microsoft Edge, which kind of gives the answer away, because in here I want my students to have to figure out the answer. So I said, in that third column, don't use the same word, as I'm using this in a mystery puzzle. So don't put Pinterest in the third column of Pinterest, because it would give the answer away. Revise. And it said, got it. So now it's giving me like better clues. So Amazon e-commerce and cloud computing is known for Prime membership. It doesn't say Amazon Prime. Apple FaceTime. Microsoft OneDrive. Shopify, their checkout integration. That kind of Netflix Stranger Things. That's kind of funny. So you can see it did that. It switched the Pinterest one to idea pins. I like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my list of names here on our example, and I'm just going to put in a list of these. Now, they don't have to unscramble anything on this one. We're just going to have the letters in order. So think like, it's like a multiple choice matching sort of thing. So it's just going to be the letters in order. So this isn't going to spell like a word or anything. So be sure you update at the top what your make the match is going to be about. So I'm going to come in here to our page, and it's going to be 5 characters. So our letters in order will be that. You can go to your notes over here. So my example was over there. I'll have these out of here for you though. And where it says make the match, you're going to put your topic. And so I'm going to say internet famous companies or something like that, whatever. And then over here, we would start putting in some of these. So maybe I'll put Airbnb, Netflix, Spotify, Byte, Dance, that's the TikTok company, Zoom. I mean, there's some of these I'm not going to use, so I'm just putting them in here just to have distractors. Wix, and since we are doing like web, that's, known for websites. Pinterest, and so forth. And I mean, you don't have to have as many as I have on here. You could certainly choose, whatever you want. Okay, so once you get your whole list in here, then on the left hand side, you're going to want to paste in your table. Now, you don't necessarily have to paste in their table because it won't paste in perfectly. Because if you copy and paste and you come over here, it's going to be a little sheet. So I kind of recommend only doing like part of the table, and then you can just change out stuff if you want it. I mean, I guess you could paste in more and delete rows from your table, because you can delete rows. But this is going to be really long, and it's going to like hang off of the page. So kind of up to you. But I kind of like this because it does paste in as like a spreadsheet in here. So it's really handy, and they automatically word wrap and all of that. Now what you're going to do though is the ones you want to use, you're going to delete the word on. So if I want this to be, actually I'll make it alphabet, because they'll be kind of confused, like what? That's alphabet? Because they don't know that. So you want to delete the words from that one, right? Prime membership, I think I am going to keep that one. That's Amazon. I need to put that down here so they're not all right next to each other. I don't know even what Horizon Worlds is all about, so I'm not going to include that one. Alibaba, it says AliExpress, so I don't really like using that one. Shopify, that might be a good one. So again, I can just delete what's in here. I can say online store creation tools and then checkout integration. And that means my kids are going to have to look up some of this because they're probably not going to know every bit of this. And maybe I will put that one up here. Shopify, and move Zoom down here. All right, anyway, I'm going to just pause this and finish putting these in here, and then we'll move on. But basically, that's all you're doing here. Okay, so I finished putting in the ones that I want to use in here. And then I've verified that I've got plenty over here to choose from. And you can click on your spreadsheet and like pull to make it bigger if you want to. And you can resize columns and stuff like that as well. So whatever you need to do, to pick it up and move it, you have to pull from the little 4-corner compass looking thing. And that will put it in there. Now, if you want to decorate this page up a little bit, if you're doing companies, you can go over here and click on apps and then type in brand fetch. You're looking for this brand fetch logo. And if you click open, it has like built into Canva, like a lot of logos. So you can just kind of search for a logo like Airbnb. And then like a lot of times when you click on it, it'll bring you up the logo and you just give it a click and then you can put some logos on there. Occasionally it'll glitch out and it won't want to do it. But for the most part, this is like the fastest way. It's like so much faster than other tools and having to like Google search. So I'm not saying put all of them on there, but maybe just a couple, just so that, you know, you've got some stuff on there. And just because, of course, they're on there doesn't mean I'm necessarily using them on here. But that's okay. The kids won't know that. We're just using it for decorations. So there we go. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. Again, you're going to have 5 letters if you're going to have 5 of these. If you want to have more, then certainly just add another row on here, scoot your table up, and add your letter here as well. And then, of course, do all your screenshotting. I've been doing all this after I've turned off the camera for the most part on these, but do be sure that you are keeping everything in your answer key. So you want to make sure that you know the answers to these, and before you exit out of here, that you ensure you have your answer key. So in here, I don't have my answers yet, so I'm going to need to come through and make sure that I have all of this registered in my little answer key box so that I have it for creating my answer key later on.